The invitation had been sitting on my kitchen counter for 3 weeks before I finally picked it up. I almost threw it away because there was only one person I secretly hoped to see at my high school reunion, and I was certain she would never remember me. Yet the moment I walked into the old hotel ballroom in Columbus, Ohio, I felt someone gently touch my shoulder. I turned around expecting another former classmate with a polite smile, but instead I found the one face that had lived quietly in my heart for 15 years. Rebecca looked into my eyes with the same warmth I remembered, smiled through tears I never expected to see, leaned closer, and whispered that I still owed her that date. If stories about hope, forgiveness, kindness, and second chances inspire you, please take a moment to like this video, share it with someone who believes love can return when you least expect it, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more heartfelt stories that remind us never to give up on people or on life. My name is Nathan, and throughout high school I was the quiet kid who blended into the background. I wasn't unpopular, but I wasn't memorable either. My father worked endless hours repairing trucks, and my mother battled serious health problems that kept our family constantly worried about medical bills. While everyone else talked about football games, prom, and weekend trips, I rushed home every afternoon to help my parents however I could. Somewhere between responsibility and survival, I convinced myself that dreams belonged to other people. The only dream I quietly held onto was Rebecca. She volunteered at the local food pantry, smiled at everyone she met, and somehow made ordinary school days feel brighter. We became friends through a history project, and every conversation with her gave me courage I didn't know I possessed. During our senior year I finally gathered enough confidence to ask if she would like to go out sometime after graduation. Before I could make real plans, everything changed. My father suffered a serious accident at work that left him unable to provide for the family for months. College disappeared from my future overnight, and every spare hour became another shift at a warehouse. I stopped answering messages, avoided classmates, and quietly disappeared from everyone's lives because I was embarrassed by how quickly my future had collapsed. The unfinished promise of a first date stayed locked inside my heart as the years passed. Life moved forward, but it never became easy. I built a modest career restoring antique furniture, pouring patience into broken things because somehow repairing old wood felt easier than repairing my own regrets. Friends married, raised children, and filled their homes with laughter while I convinced myself that loneliness was simply the price of growing up. Every reunion invitation went unanswered until this year, when something inside me whispered that hiding had lasted long enough. Standing across from Rebecca that evening felt unreal. Time had added a few silver strands to her hair and quiet strength to her smile, but her kindness remained exactly the same. She admitted she had searched for me online more than once over the years but never found me. After graduation she had believed I changed my mind because I wasn't interested. She carried that misunderstanding for years, wondering if she had imagined the connection we shared. When I explained everything that happened to my family, sadness crossed her face, not because I had struggled, but because I had struggled alone. As the music played softly around us, former classmates laughed nearby, completely unaware that two lives were slowly reconnecting after 15 years of silence. Rebecca told me that life had brought its own disappointments. She had married young, lost her husband to illness several years later, and spent years caring for her young daughter while rebuilding her own life. She wasn't searching for someone to rescue her. She simply believed life occasionally returned unfinished chapters so they could finally be written the right way. Instead of spending the evening talking about old trophies or forgotten school gossip, we walked outside beneath warm summer skies. The hotel overlooked a quiet river where lights shimmered across the water, reminding me how beautiful ordinary moments become when shared with the right person. For the first time since high school, I stopped thinking about everything I had lost and started noticing everything that still remained possible. Over the next several months we met for coffee, visited farmers markets, attended community concerts, and volunteered together at the same food pantry where Rebecca had once inspired me as a teenager. Her daughter, Grace, welcomed me with cautious curiosity that slowly grew into genuine trust. I discovered that love wasn't about dramatic grand gestures. It was built through countless ordinary acts of showing up, listening, encouraging, and refusing to let fear make important decisions. One autumn evening I took Rebecca to a quiet park overlooking the city skyline. I smiled as I handed her 2 movie tickets dated exactly 15 years after the date that never happened. We laughed until tears filled our eyes because somehow life had protected something neither of us realized we were still carrying. The missed opportunity had never truly disappeared. It had simply waited until both of us had become the people we were meant to be. If this story has touched your heart and reminded you that it's never too late for hope, please support the channel by liking this video, sharing it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribing so you won't miss more uplifting stories. Before this story ends, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and tell us about a person or opportunity that unexpectedly came back into your life after many years. Your story may become the encouragement someone else desperately needs. That reunion wasn't really about remembering the past. It became the place where 2 people finally stopped blaming themselves for yesterday and found the courage to believe in tomorrow. Sometimes life doesn't close every unfinished chapter because some promises deserve more time to bloom. And every time Rebecca smiles at me now, I remember that the longest wait can sometimes lead to the most beautiful beginning.